Hello, and welcome, one and all. We are just getting started here. We'll be doing, well, at least showcasting the 3v3 community run tournament. We had a little bit of behind the scenes, that's the word I'm looking for, mishap. So may take a little moment here before we actually get started into this first match, as we're just sorting things out. But we should be starting here and showing off the first lobby momentarily. I'll go ahead and bring up the bracket here in a moment. Just making sure things are going. Looks like Fraz and I are here. All the members are online and good to go. But thank you guys for showing up so early. We're just going to be getting into things in a moment here. Meantime, enjoy these groovy beats.
Like the sun on the ocean, you look amazing to me. Sometimes it feels like I can't help but show it. I think that we're meant to be. Well, your eyes, they look like the sun on the ocean. You look amazing to me.
Warning.
Oh,
Nuclear
hello.
launch detected.
Is Superchat? Yes! Superchat's working again, boys! Oh yeah. Can we get some love in chat for Masterminer 666? kicking things off with some serious hype. I am so happy YouTube Streamlabs API working again. That works! Yes! Beautiful. Last stream was not working. It's very, very sad. Like, Braz is in server. Excellent.
When it's coming at you like monsters in the night, and you feel the danger that makes you want.
All right. Is that is an excellently made in Twitch chat text-based emote. Did not expect. I don't know why I didn't expect that. I've seen like a million times in GSL. Oh hey, Frez is here. Excellent. Muted. This is understandable.
That's when we need each other.
Hi.
Hello there, Fraz. How you doing, man?
Didn't interrupt you or anything. I don't know where your stream's at.
I'm just about good to go here.
Everybody's having a little bit of a meltdown in the Forge Discord.
Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not surprised, to be honest. It kind of...
I tried.
Right. It's okay.
Warning, nuclear launch detected.
But, I mean, the rules are all... I mean, everything was posted. It's just the person who was taking care of it kind of had to back off at the last moment. So...
And they were trying to get the dedicated hosting to work. And it's failed.
Towards hype.
We tried everything. It's like, no. We don't want that. I was wondering if you had any luck with it.
I haven't tried.
We tried put it in the normal settings and then settings hardware and it did not work.
Alright.
Okay. I'm gonna pause my music so I can let people see the game. It's Forts time. Who do we have first? I know it gets changed around, but let me refresh this.
I'm trying to turn your... On my end, you're a little bit quiet, Fraz. I have you turned up to 200%.
Is this any better now?
It should be.
I'm a little bit closer to my mic. I was kind of like looking away from it.
Okay, let me see if I can make some other adjustments here. No, I've already got that turned up. I can manually adjust Discord for the moment.
Mine's
Make everything louder.
I haven't put my new Go XLR in yet, so
Might be related. Alright, I turned you up a lot.
does that sound any better?
Yes it does.
All right. So yes, it's the first 3v3 because we've had many 1v1s.
Alright, so
everybody's
here...
having a meltdown.
Yeah, we're missing a player, for one. And the lobby is full, so that's probably related.
Are we? Wait, 1, 2.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
You, me.
Oh, yeah, there we go. No, we're not. Okay, we are good. Never mind.
No, 42 is on the first team taking part.
Yeah, that's right, because we had someone back at... Okay, no, we're all good here.
So, we had... Well, to introduce the teams before we carry on, do you have the document up?
Not at the
Please don't want
moment,
to.
but I will be fixing that momentarily.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll read out the first three. So we have Team Noob Filter, who is Morax, Matteo, and Zimza. We've got Team Wasn't That Your Core? I feel that's been ripped from mine and Incursus streams. We have
Entirely
42
possible.
scientists, Nox, and all for one. What about one for all? What happened to him? And we also have Team Galaxy Brain Enterprises, which I like the name, which is Pyro, Boboretto, and Lance and Shield. I can see where that's going.
Yeah, not a big surprise. It looks like
And then we...
King
I was
Benjai
gonna read out
coming.
four and...
Go ahead. Sorry, don't mean to
No,
interrupt.
Go.
I just wanted to say thank you, King Benjai, for my chat in particular, putting up the command to give the bracket to anyone who wishes to use it. So you could use the bracket command in chat, and you could get all the brackets up live as they go.
I should actually fix Nightbot to do such things. Where's T-Mine when I need him? T-Mine usually fixes my Nightbot for me. I just nudged him. And one of the other teams we have here, and before you listen to Incursus' lovely bassy voice, we have Sega's Lawyers. Wow. Which is Rage Alert, Joe Apocalypse, and Freedom. Take it away, Incursus.
Alright, I think we are just about ready to get things started off here.
You don't want to read out the other four teams? You're just leaving them in the background?
I mean, they'll get around to it eventually, but we have the other four teams here. We have Craig9 from Zuccubus, Wow, Nice Job, and Earth is Square. We have the Meme Masters, Bowser, Dapper, and Emmenmort. That's still way too many consonants next to each other. But that looks like to be a very tough team. We have some top-tier players in there. Then we have Team Wobbly Boys with Jackalas, El Jefe, and Bueno. Alright, that's a lot of Spanish names in one spot. I assume Spanish names. At least that's the way I pronounce them. And then next we have Team Double Doors Army with Erexium, Felix, and Cronkinator.
So I just want to put a nice little apology that apparently YouTube decided it didn't want to start my stream.
Oh, rippy dippy.
Thank you for Kronk coming in and saying the stream wasn't running, it's now there. It had like excellent connection, everything running, but no, of course YouTube doesn't. Well,
yeah, that's happened to me a fair few times.
I understand your pain. So it looks like we have, is it Galaxy? I've had too many tabs open now. We have Galaxy Brain Enterprises against Wasn't That Your Core?
Indeed.
And I'm just waiting on 42 telling me which map it is.
Like, this is going to be a very exciting match, I think.
I've been looking forward to 3v3s. They're always like, because obviously so many people join my recordings. It's like, right, okay, so we have some of that, and then obviously you'll probably have lots of people joining as well. So it's like, right, okay, well, how about we have a 3v3? And
I have an audio clip that I think excellently describes the 3v3 meta.
Uh-oh.
I use it whenever somebody does a $20 or more super chat. Basically just a very loud nuclear launch detected.
Yeah. So let me just see, just in case. So it's Canyon Caverns is the first one. I love how, because people are creating AIs and everything.
Yeah, it's
Let's
actually
do it.
nice to see. Oh dear. Nox hasn't played on this map before. Oh well.
Oh,
Well, this could be interesting.
turn on. Wait, you can turn it on. Where do you turn it on? I don't have. I only have so much screen space right now.
So the dedicated host option is something
Warning.
you go into
Nuclear launch
the
detected.
config file, like the actual settings.config, and
Apparently
modify
I
it
tried
there.
that and then it decided not to work. Apparently, there's a thing that you just tick on now. What? Edit says.
Will you be
added-
playing too?
Must be inside. You have to- but I already
Hey there.
did
I will not be playing at least during this tournament.
that to setting.
I am here as a caster, and for the sake of keeping things simple, I am not playing. But we will see lots
I'm
of
just
play.
going to
and it will be
just
good.
carry on with this because we need to get this started because we're
I
a little bit
agree.
behind.
We're at
So-
15 minutes, so let's get going. Ready when you are.
Yes. Everybody ready up. Wobbly will be the only one who's actually got a rank score here.
Are all the correct players in the right team? Pyro, Bob, and Max and Shield.
Yep.
They're not on the
Oh,
right
wait, no.
teams.
Pyro, get on the right team.
You have
Well,
to
I'll
do
put
them
you on
out.
the
You
right
have to
team.
do it, yeah. Unless you disable the team switching.
Nox. There. No, team switching is fine.
I mean,
I think that's...
lock teams is on by default, which means no one can switch their team except for the host, which is nice. But
Well, there it's there. You guys now ready?
all right,
I think
there we
we're
go.
ready. Let's do this. The first 3v3 match, and it's a best of one, isn't it? Until we get to the final.
Yes, think,
Let's do
which
this.
is excellent.
Oh, wait. Yeah, that one. Now we can start.
All right, let's go.
Bobberetto and Pyro I know very, very well. Who are extremely good players. Nox being a good player as well. But 42 tends to also be that sort of sleeper agent. You never know quite what he's going to do, and then suddenly you're dead.
Usually, in my experience, it's him trying to team kill, which usually gets him banned for a week or two on my team, on my streams.
42? Is that when
No,
Pyro
no,
picked it up?
Pyro.
Oh, yeah. Pyro's like, here, have a hot spritzer right in your face. It's like you're meant to aim it that way, not this way.
Yeah, but let's go ahead and introduce our teams. We know what the teams were. We did give them an overall introduction, but here on the left side we have Team Galaxy Brain Enterprises,
The goodies,
populated
which include-
by names like Pyro, Lance and Shield, and Bobberetto. And on the right-hand side we have which team number? Nox. Wasn't that your core?
Yeah.
They come up with such unique team names here. This team has Nox, All for One, and 42 Scientists. This is like all the 1v1 champs just all together in one lobby right here.
Yeah, I'm expecting good things, though. I'm expecting very good things. I mean,
I
we've already
am
got
Nuclear launch
definitely expecting
detected.
good things.
very much everybody down to T, like minuscule seconds almost of what they're doing. We've got
Hey,
workshops.
that's Rob coming in with the support.
Sold his and went straight. Oh, we might be seeing lasers very, very, very soon.
Thank you so much. Sorry guys, I will not be paying so much attention to
Because that's already a
to the
quarter we
donations.
done.
Good time.
Same with one of his teammates. Just coming up with a quarter we done.
Yes, I'm going to
Thank
be
you so
not
very
paying so much
Travis.
attention to the donations, so I could focus
Gonna
on
quickly mute
the
myself
content here.
because
Is we're
we
going to
want
things
to-
are going to get very, very exciting very quickly. But I'll get back to you guys on donations between the matches. All right? Excellent. Thank you so much coming in with that support. Can we get some love and chat from Mr. Atazoth here? All right, so it looks like we have actually not a lot of missiles coming out of the players here. We do have one player coming out with missiles. Almost got that all set up. He is going with the nuke rush style build, so nothing terribly. That's wrong. It is a very greedy configuration. You notice he only has 3 mines, and he has 2 swarm missile launchers, and one of them is going to get upgraded to a nuke very, very soon. Usually players will upgrade to a nuke before revealing that they have the missiles. Yeah, there you go. Oh, he's going with the double nuke. Oh, that's even greedier. That's actually kind of risky.
If that fails, it's really, really bad. Also, just
is.
want to point out, guys, there is a 20-minute maximum timer, so it will not go any higher than that. At 20 minutes, if nobody's won, which would be surprising, then it's how much damage is done to the cores.
Yes, but here on Team 1, well, everyone else is going for heavy weapons of some form. You can see here on Team 1, they're all coordinating their builds, they're all finishing up their munitions plants all at the same time, which will give them access to cannons. And you should see the cannons starting to be placed.
And
There's
there.
one,
Yes.
and there goes a
Another one.
second. And where is
And
our
the third.
third? He
Come
should
on,
be,
you know what you
looks
want
like he
to.
invested a little bit heavily into his defense, and there it is. So this is actually something that Lance and Shield made a brief little error on and then corrected. You notice how his base looks a little bit weird, how it has these boxes that are just kind of floating in the middle of nowhere. Generally, players do that when they're getting a little carried away building defenses. Yeah, you can see it there. He was building defenses, then realized, oh, wait a minute, I'm investing too heavily in defenses, I need weapons. Yikes. He does take 2 nuke hits, but he did manage to get the bracing out front, so he's okay there.
Whew. We're already into a very massively good start off. And Andrew, it's because my Nightbot usually only responds to Twitch. I haven't actually set up for YouTube, but because I had no videos today, I was like, just go on YouTube, plus it's easier. Yeah, I don't need to edit it. I do too much editing these days. Oh, that is going too hard. Oh, that is 4 nukes. Oh, excuse me. That's 4 nukes that I've managed to hit so far.
Yeah, they did. Team 2 did an excellent job with the fire beams. They were able to keep the nukes safe from all the anti-air by burning all of the anti-air projectiles, well, out of the sky, and that let the nukes hit. Now, fortunately for Team 1 and Lance and Shield here, who is being the shield that's face tanking everything, he does know how to defend himself. He's converted some of his metal to wood so that he could stay nice and safe and not have to take a lot of economic damage. It's not enough this time. The anti-air does go through, but now we have, oh dear. Oh,
we have, like, almost
the door snipe.
Like, one side went lasers and the other side went cannons. Now, how do you feel with, because we have the classic French of let's spam every last piece of bit of wood as we possibly can going on, as we can see here. How do you feel like Team 1 can react to that to try and penetrate that?
Well, Team 1 already has the composition they need to deal with that. Namely, cannons. That's bad. Pyro's at a real bad spot here. Okay.
It looks like he actually decided to drop the cannon away rather than let it blow up.
Yeah, that was wise. That will cost him 2 cannons, but he will stay in the game for it. So good work on him.
Smart move there.
This is going to be an issue for Team 1 now. Team 1 does have the weapons they need to deal with this, but they need to have the time and coordination to actually fire them. And that's going to hurt them a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's just completely doing what a laser beam normally does and just severed it.
That's bad for Team 1. So while cannons do particularly well versus the thick, dense wood spam that we're seeing out of one of the Team 2 members, the issue is that Team 2 just has so many weapons. We've got, was that 5 fire beams and a plasma beam with 2 nukes out on the field. Team 1's...
Well, there goes the cannon.
Yeah, Team 1 only has 1 cannon. That's woefully insufficient to deal with the weapons.
I'm guessing this is Bobberetto, who might not have that cannon very long. They're definitely doing a little bit of focus fire on him to try and get, tense him up a little bit. Bobberetto replacing his doors to the nukes. About ready to fire again? I think they already are ready to fire. Bobberetto missing his shot, though.
There's not much anti-air left for Team 1. The sniping out of Team 2 has kept a lot of it down. Yeah, the nuke just straight collides. Team 2 aiming for the door on that cannon. That cannon's not long for this world.
I noticed, see the middle fort that could, though, if he hit where the fire beams are, it could snap that. That's if he could hit there, though. The constant barrage of beam after beam after beam followed by nuke straight after is not really leaving much room to breathe.
Yeah, that's kind of the issue. It's Team 2 is at about full power here. They're just gonna keep sending endless amounts of fire and laser beams and explosions at the other team, at Team 1.
That cannon is not gonna stay, is it? Nope.
Nope, there it goes.
So no heavy weapons left for level. I nearly said level 1. I mean Team 1. Nukes have reloaded. Lanson just basically being essentially a meat shield, so very much a massive congrats to him on his defense. So he's managing to take hit after hit. But
It's not going to be enough, is the issue.
if they could door snipe with a sniper, that could be nice.
I mean, yeah, but they have, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 lasers now. Sniping one of them isn't going to solve the issue.
Yeah.
It's not even,
Baron,
it's
just
not
so you
even
know,
close.
up in the top left, I've actually pressed F8 so you can see the teams here. So T2 is all T2, Team 1 is all Team 1. And so right now, Pyro is knocked out, but we have Bobberette and Lanson still left. And on the right side, we have 42, Rodin, and Knock. We like the lasers. I'm surprised that did not snap.
Yeah, that was. He's got a pretty sturdy base there. It's all cross braced and everything, but that's the last of his turbines, and things are about to get even more explodey for him.
Incoming! Oh! Jeez Louise. Okay, we've got a little bit of light show going on.
Here. So the bottom player is the only player for Team 1 that has any amount of weapons, or at least is trying to get weapons. But in doing so, he wasn't able to build up a sufficient defense to really survive. Not that the Team 1's top player has... I don't know if you consider that surviving. Certainly not living.
It's hanging on by a thread? At this point? Oh! Oh!
Oh, he's trying. Oh, he's trying real hard.
Very close! Very close! Yet, Team 2 has been pointed out by Kronk here actually in the chat that Team 2 does not have any AAA.
No, they don't,
So
and
if
that
Team 1 manages to get that shot off, and if it hits right...
it could do some
Just-
damage.
but
Again,
the
goes
wall
back to
riding on
not
this-
solving the problem, but there is at least some damage that can be done.
That
So
middle
we'll see
port
here.
literally has 5 fire beams itself.
Oh, ho, ho,
Oh, when it got set
ho.
on fire. Oh, wait. Ooh.
Oh, just at the right moment. Can't help but notice there is suddenly a lot of anti-air on the field.
Yeah.
Wonder what triggered that.
Because I know I have a delay on. Team 2 is 42, Rodin and Not. And who's down here? Who's in the bottom fort?
Oof.
Because I went down not long after I said that. 42.
And there goes the howitzer.
And
And there
well,
goes everything.
I zoomed in at the very wrong time. Ow.
There goes Bob. All right, so now only one player remaining on Team 1 here. He does have a fairly large amounts of base that Team 2 has to work through, but they very much so have the sufficient amount of firepower to burn through it.
Poor Bob's base is actually just everything is just poor thing. The poor thing.
Oh dear.
Lanson's cannon may go pop. There's a nuke coming from the bottom that's now being set on fire. Might not. Is it going to reach? Never mind, it did.
Does this? There's no anti-air out of the last remaining player here. This is just a slow and fiery death.
I notice each player is slowly just upping to nukes to try and get rid of them, I suppose.
I mean, why not? You've got victory in your sights.
Would like to see like a clutch shot or something like he managed to hit the nuke with something and it went straight back into their base. Like, for instance, take the first fort. If there was like that and a drunk nuke just looked back up in.
I mean, it is possible. There is always a turnaround chance. He'd probably have to use the sniper for that at this point.
I think he's firing the cannon while he had a chance to fire the cannon, because it looks like it's about to go. And he sold it just in time before it blew up. Here comes another additional nuke. And 2 more falling straight on after.
Nuclear launch
You have
detected.
to hand it to him. That was some defense.
GG. All
So
right.
we have. Wait, was that your core or what?
That wasn't that your core team. Moving on.
And we just have a nice replay of the last and final shot with some lovely, lovely nukes, fire beams, lasers, everything in between, and it left the building. So yeah, we unfortunately have Galaxy Brain Enterprises are removed, but they will go into the semi-finals is what's the bronze match, isn't it? So they're actually out, I think.
Yes. Galaxy Brain Enterprises has been eliminated. Kind of makes me sad, to be honest. But, you know, at least it's a very good match for our first start.
Extremely good, to be fair. We now have Craig 9 versus Double Doors Army. Why Craig 9? Am I missing something? I feel like I'm missing something.
Couldn't tell you. I've long since ceased attempting to speculate as to the reasoning behind the names.
Alright, just waiting on 42 sending me across which map we are doing next. And then, unless he is chatting to...
This is why you don't do cannons in tournament. No, cannons are good. It just did not coordinate well enough.
Yeah.
Think about cannons.
Maybe.
The cannons are the ultimate late game weapon. There is no surviving cannons. You can defend against energy shield. Or you can defend against lasers with energy shields. You can defend against nukes with anti-air. You cannot defend against cannons.
I believe 42 still has not sent me the map. Tell me the map, 42.
Alright, so I'll go ahead and introduce the teams while we're here. First off, we have Craig 9. Craig 9 made up of Succubus, Wow, Nice Job, and Earth is Square. I assume...
Earth is a square.
Yeah, we are missing a player. On the second team here, we have Double Doors Army, made up of Rexium, Felix, and Cronkinator. I think... Yes, we have one of the players here, Mr. Purdue, is not supposed to be here.
Who did he... I think he's leaving. Maybe? Is he on a team? Where did he come from? Right, he's a... Right, there we go.
I believe he's
Hey,
one of the
Lively.
other competitors.
Who's... Succubus is one, isn't it? Yes. Yes, he's Craig 9.
So he
Alright,
isn't
I
one
need
of the
to find-
competitors.
Just waiting on 42, tell me which map it is.
Alright.
Apparently he's playing Soundpad.
Alright, so make sure those teams are correct.
Let's do this. Vanilla. 42 said he already suggested it, and then it didn't pop up for me. Where did it go? It ran away.
Vanilla 3v3.
Yeah. There we go. Voila.
Alright.
Alright, so, just to make sure, we have Craig9, which is Succubus, Wild Nice Job, and Earth is Square.
Looks like
Wild
we're
Nice
good to
Job.
go.
Excellent. Excellent. Any thing of who might win?
Team 1.
You didn't even give a second. You were just like, Team 1. That's just it. They've won.
Yeah, I have... Bias isn't the right word so much as I've seen 3 of the Team 1 players play. I've not seen any of the Team 2 players play. This usually means one of them has an advantage. Alright, so on the
fair enough,
left-hand side here...
Rexium, Kronk, and Felix on the same team. That's deadly.
Yeah, they are. They are very good players. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and set up the camera location hotkeys here. Give me a little bit more for this one. There we go. Beautiful. Alright, so
Let's
here on the
space.
left-hand side, we have Team 1 with Kronkinator, Felix, and Erexium. Very, very well-known players here in the community. Some tournament champions in there. Got a lot of high-skilled players in there, and they're going for some pretty standard-ish builds. We'll get to that in a moment. On Team 2, we have similar builds, but not quite as far ahead. Made up of players that I've not really seen before, but we're always welcome to have new faces here.
New people is always good. Keeps the game longevity. Although it's hard to
Absolutely.
believe how long ago Forge came out.
I know. It's just still going strong.
And for those wondering, Incursus was the person that won my very first survival series. That's how I met you.
Yeah, actually, I believe that is correct.
Pretty sure you did 7 matches in a row or something. You just stomped through everybody, and it was like, well.
In the finals with Quickscover, that was a fun match. But let's see. So here on Team 1, of course, he's going with the... Oh dear. We're seeing
Shotguns.
the shotguns, which are always fun. They do have issues with actually closing out a match, but they're great for just shutting down an individual build orders. Yeah. Poor Team 2 here, very behind. So Team 2, only one of the players has their munitions plant down. Whereas on Team 1, they've already completed their heavy weapons, or their heavy weapons technology. So that's
One already becomes like a nuke.
yikes.
I feel this is cheeky. It's like right in the open. It's like, hey, we have a nuke coming. You're just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, you know, they
they
don't
got a
even have
salvo going.
defenses. Yeah, Team 2 here has nothing to defend this.
Grenade?
It's oh, and his armory is exposed just right on top of the core. It could take hits from those shotguns. That's an
Which he
expensive
has
repair
taken
bill.
2 times, and he's putting metal down, but like with a door. But never really smoke grenade used that much. It's not really gonna do too much, in all honesty.
Well, the smoke grenades, they do have the smoke launchers. They do have their place. They're really good for scenarios. Let's say if Team 1 were to have them and supplement them with the shotguns or the nukes, but Team 2, they're very much so a support weapon. They're very strong when used in the right locations at the right time. You have to use them at the right time and right location. They are worthless on their own, and that's what we're seeing here on the right-hand side. Team 2 using the smoke launcher on its own.
Core is about to go down. There is
We'll see.
No anti-air.
Oh.
Didn't go down, but certainly got turned into some nice Swiss cheese.
It cannot survive another hit like that. It looks like that one of the Team 2 members actually having some fairly serious structural integrity issues.
No.
Has not cross-braced his base and is dealing with the consequences of that. He's managing to keep himself upright, but barely.
Where's it? Well,
Shotguns eliminate one.
Where's the gunners?
They haven't reacted at all to these nukes. Well, they've reacted, but not with anti-air.
There goes another.
Fire beam plasma laser combo. A tried and true classic. Very, very strong. Great at burning through undefended cores.
This one's about to go as well because there's no anti-air to shut down the nukes. I mean, sandbags can only do so much. I suppose it took a little bit of weight off his front. I'm very confused at why the complete lack of anti-air and just relying purely on sandbags.
I mean, sandbags aren't bad. Unfortunately, they won't save you from the warheads. The nukes will have that. I mean, there is a concern in that with the shotguns coming out of Team 1.
Oh, there.
Oh, yep, there it goes.
That was quick.
That was quick and very one-sided.
Extremely one-sided. I feel like it felt like a little bit like they were playing with their food.
I don't think they were playing with their food at all. I mean, that was a very quick match.
So that is, I believe, Craig 9 is now out with the lovely Double Doors army stepping into the next round. But next up we have, in fact, Noob Filter and Wobbly Boys. Who comes up with these names?
Remember, guys, you could use the bracket command to see the bracket yourself. Pull it up.
Okie dokie. Let's see. So we are now waiting on. I have way too many tabs open. It's not funny anymore. Noob Filter and Wobbly Boys, which are. Is it Jacalis? El Chef?
Fraz, can you kick Purdue? He's okay. He's gone. May have to put
a command again to like set them permanently to be kicked.
Kick _ duration, I believe.
And then the person needs to be in the room, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's me, Jacat, and wait, Nigerian Prince. It says El Chefi. Is someone changed?
Let's see.
The teams aren't locked. People should be able to change their teams.
It looks like they are.
Zimza, Matteo, and Morax. So Matteo's team 1, Morax is team 1, Zimza's team 2. Why'd I have to do you? Why? I'm going to check what map we're actually going on to. Let me see. 42 has. We are doing War Crater. Whee! There we go, War Crater. I like people that name their maps and you can actually find them instead of you looking for the map for half an hour and then it's under new map. Yeah, we're going for War Crater. Zimza has an honorary. What? No. No. We'll be not having that. Thank you. Right.
All right.
So yes, we have the Wobbly Boys versus the Noob Filter. I guess the Noob Filter because they crush everybody. Are we ready, Incursus?
It looks like we're good to go. The teams are.
Let's do this.
Correct. Let's do this.
We need Bueno to ready up. Fine.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Let's bring up the teams. So on the left side we have Zimza, Morax, and Matteo. And on the right side we have Nigerian Prince, Jacalis, and Bueno. I'm guessing
yes.
El Chefi is Nigerian Prince, or they replaced someone?
What?
Wobbly Boys is meant to have El Shefi.
Oh, yes. What
Yes,
was
they
he?
had the
It was. Yeah, they did say they changed the name in game.
Why they shouldn't bother?
Perhaps a mistake? We'll find out, because Team 1 is, well, I think adequately named the noob filters. So,
They'll find out, it's like, yeah, we crushed them. They're noobs. Out they go.
I think we're going to see a little bit of that here.
We do have an upgrade center going for all three on the right hand side, whereas the left has gone workshop.
Yeah, it looks like the tactic out of Team 1, with just an upgrade center, it only gives you access to additional income, but in terms of weapons, it only gives you access to the upgraded sniper, as well as the minigunners. Now, Team 1 is made out of experienced players. They know how to handle minigun rushes. You could already see the sniping coming out.
No, that will not work on them. Not by a long shot.
They could, if the minigunner players out of Team 1 here, because all of them are going minigunners, if they coordinate their shots and don't fire too soon without the rest of the teams being ready, they can get some damage done. In that they could do a quick burst, maybe take out, I don't know, turbines, tech structure if they get deep enough. But they're not going to eliminate one of the cores. The cores are defended.
That did nothing.
Yeah, that's not going to do much. These players are already defended. And the moment that they realize that this is an actual thing that Team 2 is doing, well, two things. One, the sniping is coming out of all the players out of Team 1. And they already have... Almost two of the minigun players have already been shut down entirely just by counter sniping. And if they fail the counter snipe, which they're not failing to do, then we're going to see slanted armor coming out, and then it's going to completely shut it down.
I would never go against like any minigun rush against these three.
Miniguns have their place. This is not it. You could just see this sniping just perpetually. And with the AP sniper coming out.
If they take down the top core, though, it will fall on to the bottom core.
That is correct. That is one thing to note.
Oh! They do have...
So that is the Eagle Eye Commander. That gives explosive rounds, very powerful. Does a lot of damage. Looks like they didn't quite have enough minigunners to do the damage they needed to.
Yeah,
they got 0 damage on the core.
That core's going. Ooh,
And there goes one. One player eliminated.
One down, 2 to go. So yeah, the ability seems to be charged again. They lost a friend. But those... I'm kind of curious if this match is going to be quicker than the last one.
It's shaping up to be pretty close.
I mean, that's just shy of tearing itself off up there. At this point, Team 1 is just firing and firing because there's nothing stopping anything. That might go.
Did that do it? Oh, that is very close. Just a few more
That one
shots.
little strut. That one little strut.
Oh, there it goes, but it
Shotgun
was caught.
me. This should do it though. I would think.
Nah.
Nope.
He will survive a couple more rocket rounds. They need to... Team 1 would have to burst fire. Looks like Team 1 is having a... Looks like Team 1 is having a little bit of energy issues. Yeah, they're just saving it for the moment. Giving him a break to recover while they prepare.
It's just off ski. So I'm just gonna build some gunners down here. Why not? I feel like if it was very much coordinated, all three of them, they built up the miniguns and then they, used the ability and then fired all, they could have taken down a player. But with the fact that it felt very uncoordinated. Correct me if you feel that's incorrect.
I think.
It felt.
Go ahead.
It felt like a little bit like it really didn't have the desired effect it should have went for.
I think they did try. They did all focus fire the same target. They had a decent amount of coordination. They didn't have the numbers that they needed. They did. Remember, off of their first alpha strike, they did pretty well with it, but then the counter sniping happened. They lost a significant chunk of their miniguns, and by the time Team 2 activated their ultimate to get the real damage out, they didn't have the damage output they needed, just by virtue of not having enough miniguns. It also didn't help that they really spread fire. One thing that you can't really do is select all your miniguns and fire them all at once in a general direction of a target. You have to aim all the miniguns in one spot to dig deeper. Otherwise, it's just splashing the damage everywhere instead of actually doing penetrative work.
Not long before it snaps.
All of these, Team 2 is just having a rough go of things. Team 1, I think, is just struggling to finish them off, because their early game rush tactics don't translate well to actually finishing cores. But the fire beam plasma beam combo will finish it off.
Very, very close. And it's out of there.
GG.
Not quite as fast as the last one, but nearly there. So we definitely have the lovely new filter with Morax, Matthew, and Zimza moving on. Wobbly boys are out. And let me just quickly make sure that I've not busted something on my side. I need to find.
All right. Raz. Lobby.
3v3 standard.
Raz. Where's the ban button?
What did I put? Kick underscore.
I believe it's
name.
kick underscore duration.
Oh. Underscore. Nope.
Just set the
Duration.
variable now.
Duration and then space and name.
No,
Or
just
dot underscore.
kick underscore duration. Lines. Is that it? Set kick underscore duration. It says backslash. Okay, so it's
Okay.
That's-
Backslash or backslash? Same
here. I'll
thing.
type it. I'll type it.
One. What? Oh. Okay.
So you want to do that, but with a backslash in
So,
front of the set.
Oh, so set kick. Duration 9. Voila. I didn't get any notification.
Backslash, not forward slash.
Dang it. Right?
Wrong slash direction.
They copied the others. No. That way?
Yes. That should have worked. Did you?
I didn't get anything coming up.
No, it shouldn't have posted it to me.
Oh, I have to time it. And oh, okay. So I have to time it this way. Okay. Set. Configuration. There we go.
Okay, there you go. Okay.
All right. We are doing 3v3 standard.
All right.
Nice and easy. Where is it? Ah, there we go. Which we now need the players, and we have, I believe it's the Sega's Lawyers against the Meme Masters. So Rage Alert,
Yes.
Apocalypse, and Freedom against Bowser, Dapper, and Wert. Where are they? We're still waiting on Meme Masters.
I'll see if they're
Let's
here.
go to the Discord. We got Werton. Let's meet the others. This is the map. Yes, 3v3 standard is the map we're going to be doing. Just need your other teammates to lovingly join us.
All right.
I realized you probably wouldn't see that for 20 seconds, so...
All right. So he did say that his teammate's going to be there soon, so we should just be okay here in a moment.
Yay!
Nice.
I'm just trying to get Nightball added as a mod thing for my thing. Paste moderator channel links. Where did it go? Where? I've lost everything. Where did it go? Nightball. Save. There's one.
All right. So we've got two of the players here. Just waiting on Bowser. All right.
I think we have the last one joined us. Yes, Bowser is here. Everybody on the right team. Is Dapper the right one? Dapper's the right one, isn't it?
Yes. Dapper, Bowser, and Emmenwort versus Rage Alerts, Joe Apocalypse, and Freedom. Joe Apocalypse, ever the second place tournament player, getting the silver medal every time. Go see if he changes that. All right, it looks like we are all good to go, Fraz. Whenever you are ready, and whenever Joe Apocalypse are ready, is up.
Yes, let us do this.
All right, ready when you are, Fraz.
Let's do this. Begin.
Okay then.
So, who do you think is going to be winning this one?
Let's see. Team 2. These are actually, I think, pretty even. Some pretty good players on both sides here. But I suspect Team 2 will win. Yeah. On Team 1 here, we have Joepocalypse, Freedom, and Rage Alert. Very well-known players, Joepocalypse especially. It's just funny, the meme of him joining tournaments and doing well, but making second place consistently, which is always funny. But on the right side here, we have Eminwort, Dapper, and Bowser. Two of which I recognize. Bowser actually was the #1 ranked player for a while running now. So he is quite experienced. And Eminwort's he's pretty good at the game too. He joins my streams a lot. So he is around. I'm not sure which team has the advantage here. To be honest, they're all very decent players. Yeah. So they're pretty good. Hopefully this should be a relatively even-ish match, and we can end up having some nice good fun here. Can someone say cheese? Because we already have some shenanigans coming out of Team 1.
Oh, that is going to be tasty.
Now, I suspect that it's not going to work out as they want. But you know, only one way to find out.
That, if done right, could splice everything away on them.
It could. Unfortunately, it takes a lot to do this, and we're about to see why. The thing that makes buzzsaws have a rough time is they really don't do much damage versus non-wood substances. So while you see them splashing damage here and there, you notice how they just did not break any. They hit the turbines that were at the bottom and suddenly didn't do damage. They're hitting the gunners, and sure, they blew up a gunner, but that's an entire volley wasted on one gunner. And considering there's multiple gunners there, a little bit rough.
Missed, like, everything.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
Over the fort.
That doesn't help at all. You can't miss your shots and then expect it to work. Yep, that's not good.
Not sure if that's just going to be, but I do see that they're actually going straight into missiles. But Team 2 already got missiles down as well. I think we're about to have a missile show off.
I think we are. Team 1 a bit more coordinated about it. They missed most of their shots, which is not good, and that will slow them down significantly. But they
for another volley though.
Do have a lot of swarm missiles up, and they are setting up another volley of the buzzsaws. Of course, Team 2 at this point knows the buzzsaws are there and are prepared with metals, so that's not going to be. They're not going to be doing much damage with these.
Yeah, like the metal just doesn't do anything at all. Here comes a volley. Bowser firing a volley. A volley now? Jeez, please.
Missiles come out first from Team 1.
Taking down nearly all the wind turbines there. Volley getting sent back though. Getting
completely shut down. Another swarm missile volley. Remember that swarm missiles and buzzsaws are very energy hungry weapons. So not having turbines, Team 1 is not going to be able to upkeep this damage output. That's just not going to happen, which means Team 1 is going to be on the back foot very quickly here. Because after their alpha strike, after they use up all the energy they had in their batteries and their reserves, Team 2 is just going to be able to outpace them by virtue of having an economy, whereas Team 1 doesn't. So Team 2 is just looking to survive here. You can see they're not taking things quickly.
Bowser doesn't have much left. His fort is like, I don't even know how this is still managing to stand. It's a mess at the front now, and just. But his teammates really coming in for him, defending, trying to get him to use get hit as less as possible.
Well, Team 2 with Bowser is the forward fort here, taking all the hits. The other teammates haven't really gotten shot at all. They're free to do whatever they want. But the thing is about Bowser's base, it's taking hits from weapons that aren't lethal. The swarm missiles, they don't really deal structural damage. They're very wide area. They spread their damage out. They're great at hitting things that are exposed. They're great at hitting exposed turbines, machine gunners, and all that. They don't destroy forts. They have buzzsaws, similar kind of idea. Great for getting rid of wooden structure, but the wooden structure is defended. You're not going to be doing major structural damage with that. So, sure, Bowser's taken a lot of hits, but he's not in significant danger of actually being destroyed. So he's able to build up and do what he wants, which you see him doing here. And he managed to get, despite taking all his hits, he still managed to spend plenty of money and get down his swarm missiles and even return fire. He returned fire with swarm missiles before Team 1 even had their swarm missiles out. So Bowser, despite having a bit of deformation, he's doing quite all right there. And then his teammate's going to come in for the save. We see here that his teammate Dapper is about to do the classic plasma beam fire beam combo. Just about completely whiffs it, but does take out 2 turbines in the process.
Oh,
Nuke does not make it.
We have... Oh my, that's a lot about to hit that. And another nuke, it's drunk, and it gets shut down.
That's it.
Who's next?
Alright, so I suspect Team 1 not gonna have a great time here. They definitely tried going for a meme tactic. It's backfired horribly. I think that's an understatement here. And Team 2 going for something a bit more standard-ish. Definitely more teamwork based. I actually really do like Team 2's composition here. It's very, very teamwork oriented.
Very, very, very nice. Like
it is.
Completely, like mid base is like I know they've all got gunners, but mid base has the shotguns. Taking like first volley of them kind of mostly shuts down everything. The gunners finish it off. Then the other 2 bases kind of, particularly the top base, seems to be the most damaged.
Hey, there he nails a plasma combo.
Wait, what?
There it is. That's a lot of damage dealt.
Oh.
And shotgun for the finish.
I need to stop zooming in on cores because ow, eyes, they sting.
Yeah, that's so much anti-air out of Team 2 here.
Oh, what? Oh.
God, the drug nukes, so much anxiety, dude. But I do want to talk about Team 2's composition here. This Team 2 has an amazing group of teamwork that you don't often see. So, on the forward player here, usually dedicated team tank, he's going with swarm missiles and really early game harassment kind of stuff. And, you know, it's good, but early game harassment isn't going to be doing damage later on. It's great for keeping himself alive, and with the swarm missile mixed in, he can do some damage, but he desperately needs support. And what do you have here but the second player in the middle base going full support with shotguns and the smoke launcher? Here's an excellent example of how to properly use the smoke launcher, by the way. The point defense system using the plasma laser to make those nukes return back to whence they came. Oh, jeez. The third player here coming in with the kicker. The full-fledged damage output. Just straight up lasers and death.
I feel like Team 2 might have this in the bag a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's the case here. He's trying to use.
Oh, yeah, that didn't work.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, Flak does not. I'm sorry, the smoke launchers do not do anything to nukes. So there's.
It's like just playing a marble at it. Like, please stop coming at me.
Team 1 here has a singular machine gunner. Oh, and there's the collapse.
Whoa. Fell onto his teammate's corpse. There goes 2 nukes already set on fire, getting shut down. Not really much left of them.
And they are gone.
That. Any of those lasers already fired. We'll shoot through. There goes a nuke. That can probably end him. Nope.
Is it enough? Not quite, but
batteries
it
are on
is
fire.
close. That base, like it's.
Batteries. Ah,
Oof.
wow.
This nuke will finish it.
That has to.
Or not?
Oh, there,
Or it does.
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
And
GG.
away it goes.
Explosions. Explosions.
And there we
for the win.
go. Team 2 taking that win, which was filled with the lovely, I believe there was Bowser, Dapper, and Wirt. Onwards, I believe we're into the semi-finals.
Indeed we
Yeah,
are.
which involves Wasn't That Your Call and Double Doors Army. So we're going to have 42, Nox, All for One versus Arexium, Felix, and Kronk. Oh, that's going to be a good match. Oh. Before I even typed it, they were gone. So who do you think's going to win out of Wasn't That Your Core and Double Doors Army? I don't know if Incursus is talking to his chat about something because he's right now on mute, so give it a chance. Just gonna check with 42. I don't know if he's just suggest a map or 3v3 get wrecked. Alrighty, let's get that up and running. 3v3 get wrecked. That one. There we go.
Now,
yes.
here's the question. Did we manage to kick the player that joined that wasn't supposed to be here?
I'm not entirely sure.
Or did he disconnect of his own
I think he
volition?
disconnected.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, I love how people just didn't know as they keep going, oh, change your team. It's like, you can literally do it yourselves. Don't worry. All is well in the world. So yeah, we got Arexium, Felix, and Kronk versus 42, Nox, and... Is that Ronan? Oh, because he replaced... Or is that All for One? I'm so confused! What shall we do?
I mean, we have... name changing. Why are you like this, guys? I mean, just ask them
Alrighty.
to make sure I have everyone here. 42 scientists, Nox, All for One.
Think we're good to go?
Yeah, I think we're good to go. Okay,
All right, first semi-final match. Let's do this.
let's go.
So, who do you think's going to win this one?
I'm not sure.
They're very strong teams. On either
Honestly,
side.
I think I got it. We had disconnection.
Did we?
Yeah, someone failed to make it. Someone failed to load. We need to jump
Team
out of
one.
this. Lost a player. One.
Ignoring message and not ping from unknown client.
Technical difficulties.
What is that about? Ping from unknown client?
It just means that he had a network hiccup as he was joining.
It's 42. That's
Yeah, we gotta go back to the lobby and restart.
all right. Out we go.
Now, all over the country this month, thousands of people are going to summer camp, where they awake every morning and go to sleep every night to the strains of the bugle. So the Allied Brigadiers thought it would be appropriate to play bugle.
All right.
Okay,
Wait for him to come back in.
let her roll.
Honestly, I suspect Team 1 has the advantage here. Nox, 42 scientists, very, very good players. very experienced players. And of course, this is going to be a good match as we have extremely experienced players on Team 2. I'm not sure.
I guess we're going to find out the answer to that question very, very soon. 42 has rejoined us now. So hopefully
We are good to
everything
go.
runs well. 3,
Try this
2,
one more time.
1. Nobody break anything.
Well, the tournament host this time is in the beautiful country of Europe, so they don't have to hop skip it across the seas for the connection this time around.
Good old Scotland. How's things been for you anyway, Incursus, with the world, I suppose?
Well, I made the mistake of having banana pudding last night, and I'm paying for it right now. And by that I mean my nose is not fully functioning, which is very very difficult to talk while breathing. Let's put it that way.
To breathe. We need you around in the world. You make the world a better place.
Work in progress. I promise you, I'm doing the best I can to breathe. It's a struggle sometimes. Alrighty, so here on the left-hand side, we have 42 Scientist, Nox, and I don't know if it's a rename of All for One, but his in-game name is Rodigan Warden, which I assume is a rename. I'm just going for some meme name here.
Oh,
And
thank God
on
we get
the
portals.
right-hand side, we have Erexium, Felix, and Cronkinator. And oh boy, are things kicking off real quick here. So this is a really interesting map layout. I'm sorry, I know I'm talking about. I want to point this out. Because of the way this map is laid out, it limits the use of certain weapons for a fair few of these bases. For example, mortars, really not a good choice. Any kind of artillery arc weapon with the coverage across the top makes it not really a great weapon choice. So you need your direct fire weapons. Or in this case, we've got a lot of missiles coming out for players because, you know, people like their missiles. But if you notice, the rear base doesn't have a missile option. It has to use direct fire weapons. In this case, we're seeing some shotguns. Big surprise, I know. But shotguns out of Felix, it is what it is. The only other option he has are heavy weapons, and considering his teammates are going missiles, he really has no choice but to go for the earlier game harassment weapons. Things like those shotguns, great at removing anti-air, or when you have 3 of them, they can punch through metal too.
But then you have Team 1 deciding to build missiles in the middle fort.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision. It is possible to set up a configuration where you use portals to get missiles out here. The problem with that is those are very energy expensive and will generally lose to anything built without portals, and Team 2 is not using portals, so yikes.
The bottom one on bottom and top on Team 2 both going full nukes. Displaying very proudly, we're building nukes. Also, that looks very dangerous where that upgrade center is right now. If that nuke even slightly itches towards the core.
He's probably going to sell it off. What's going to happen then? Once those nukes are completed and safe, I doubt he's going to be using them again, so...
Oh, that was a tasty door snipe going on there. There goes one. And it gets hit. And
still connects.
Landing its mark. Oh, well, there goes a sniper before he could fire. And one nuke makes it out, the other one not making it out.
Oh,
There's
he's
a
trying.
lovely
Oh! Direct shot onto the
is very
core.
much exposed.
That's a lot of damage,
Oh.
and that's one player eliminated. Yeah,
And that
perfect example of trying to portal. He would have been able to fire at least one of those nukes had he not needed to wait for a portal to be built.
looks like that was a Rodin, is now out from Team 1. So leaving 42 and Nox to fight against Kronk, Felix, and Erexium, which I believe is probably...
Is that it? Oh! Well, the shotguns do it.
There.
Alright, that's going to be the end of Team 1.
Wow.
Before the missiles even before the heavy weapons out of Team 1 even manage to complete their building, this game is going to be over. Not nearly enough defense out of
42 is the
Team 1
only
here.
one left. But 42 does like his wood stuff.
All right. I think 42 is just going to try to get off one shot before he dies, because he's not going to survive much longer.
I mean,
Yeah.
well, there goes that fire beam.
That was his one opportunity to do real damage. Now he could just try to do some revenge damage. She may not even get an opportunity to do, which is sad for 42.
Yeah, because
One shot.
And oh,
Hey, he gets a shot off.
he's repairing the laser though before it's fired. He's not fired it yet. Is he? I don't know if he's actually got enough to fire it.
Oop.
Wow.
That's gonna be it.
Uh,
GG.
Well, that is unfortunately. Team wasn't at your core. Out. With
Player
the
eliminated.
lovely Double Doors Army moving on to the final. I believe that puts wasn't that your core into the bronze match.
Yes, I believe so. Let's see. That's yeah, that goes to the bronze match.
Excellent, excellent. So next up we have Noob Lifter versus the Meme Master.
Indeed. All right, let's go ahead and get them in here.
Matteo has joined us already. I will be back in a moment. Incursus, I need a quick drink. Keep the masks okay.
Travis Cecil coming in with the support, the nuclear launch. We get some lovely chat for Travis here. Thank you so much. Yes. Smiled upon double door. No, we won't be having any alpaca matches today. It is not on the preordained map pool. Though we do have some rather newer, updated
Warning.
maps.
Nuclear launch detected.
Ah, yeah. Need alpacas. Maybe later. I actually have plans for a stream
The
later
alpaca
today,
gods
but that
have
will be
smiled upon
later.
Dumbledore. Their ancestors smiled down from El La Mahala.
Allah mahala. Sometimes I just love the way the text-to-speech reads things. It's so comedic at times.
Next stop, New York City. Most of the sound factors are already known. The speed of the tape in recording. Its playing
Oh dear,
time,
looks like they're having some issues with one of the teammates. Oh, he's back. Okay. Okay, so we are good to, well, we'll be good to go here momentarily.
This takes precisely 2 minutes and 40 seconds. You have to be quick.
All of Team Noob Filter is here. And there is Meme Masters. Nice. Okay, so we are all ready and good to go whenever Fraz returns. We should be all right. Team 1 wins 100%. I don't know. Some pretty good players in there. This is, I think it'd be another even one. That's one thing I always like. In these tournaments, we always have a team of new players, which is always cool. They always get stomped. Is that true? Actually, I think, yeah, they always do get stomped, but it is nice to see them. It's usually a team. Hey, welcome back, Frez. I was just monologuing about new players in the tournament because this one has no new players. This match has no new players in particular, but it is always nice to see players with newer teams in here, because it's always cool to see what kind of things they do, even though it's always them getting hit by something and exploding. But it's nice to see anyways.
All right, just want to double check. Did 42 suggest a map yet?
We have to check the map.
Mars 1. Mars 1. Mars 1. That one. There we go. What?
How do you get in the tournament? The tournaments are... You can't get into this tournament right now, if that is your question. It's full and currently ongoing. We're already on to the second round. But on the Forts Discord, you could go join that. Link is on the main menu screen of Forts itself. You can join over there and check out the tournament channels for upcoming tournaments, which is almost on a monthly basis, like every month or two.
Alrighty, I guess we're ready to go.
It looks like we are. Let's go.
Let's begin. So this is going to be a very intriguingly strong match, I believe.
Yeah, this is a map layout that we're familiar with from an up and down style configuration. So despite being not vanilla, it's very vanilla. It's basically a copy paste or reskin of a vanilla map with very little modification to it. Does have some extra area for the middle base where you could, underneath it, where you could build additional missile silos, but outside of that, we're not looking at a power level way above vanilla here, which is good to know and familiar for a lot of these players, because I'm sure I know a lot of these are very unusual maps, so a lot of players haven't played on these maps much, but we're not expecting to get anything wild out of these maps in particular. So out of Team 1, let's go ahead and do some introductions. We have Mateo, Zimza, and Merix. These are players known for, I think, Merix is one of, if not the most prolific map creator on Forts.
Extremely good. Is it? No, this is B-Man's, but there's a few in this tournament that are actually his maps.
Yes, it is actually. Several of the tournament maps that we've played on already were made by Merix himself. He's very good about that. Zimsa, known for more for his mods and physics manipulations than his maps, but another known content creator. And Mateo, just an experienced Forts player. He's currently ranked 3 on the Forts ranked ladder. Whereas in Team 2, we have Emmenwort, Bowser, and Dapper. We've seen them before. We've seen these names many times before. Experienced players. So we're gonna have quite a fair bit of a good match here.
I feel there's going to be a bit of a war of attrition definitely in this match.
You know, only one way to find out, and that's when these weapons start coming online. It looks like we have more late game options coming out of Team 2.
Yeah,
is that true?
Here, but
no, that's not true at all, actually. Yeah, Team 1 is all...
upgrade.
Yes, so it's kind of a mixed bag, except for Team 1. Team 1 is going for kind of a mid-game timing attack, where they are going with the upgrade centers and rockets, not revealing what they have, and they won't reveal it up until sudden explosions. Just they go with a massive rocket volley. Whereas Team 2 is really a mixed bag here. They have one player going for swarm missiles, one player going for the flak option, already about completed, with the shotguns coming online, just waiting for those doors to complete. And then we have a very quick laser rush. We're talking almost full greed here. And here come the upgraded rockets.
Oh,
that's one hit. We have EMPs coming out, shutting down. Oh yeah. Remember, so whenever the EMP shuts down a building or an object, you do not get any use out of it. So let's say this upgrade center was shut down, he cannot use the upgrades while it is disabled.
I love
That
your
is
videos, I love your streams,
a very,
I love
very
who I
beautiful
am.
volley
French in the most
of
important
missiles
thing.
managing to
Is that
directly
chocolate
hit
is better than Pano
as
chocolat.
well. If they're not careful, they will lose that player. Oh,
Looks like the shotgun's coming in to save him. Oof.
he's shutting down that volley at least. 5 missiles.
Oh, that was
Too
close.
many seagulls.
That's a lot of missiles. But the anti-air out of Team 2 it's trying. It's not enough, but they're very much so trying. Oh, there goes the last of the anti-air out of Team 2. Those shotguns from Team 1 doing good work.
Horse right there as well. Nearly taking out the last shotgunner left.
Oh, jeez.
I can see that Team 2, like their bot fort, like really trying. He's got a fire beam and a laser going up, but the onslaught from Team 1 right now. Oh, managing. Are they going to be able to snipe that core?
Almost. They got some damage on it, but sniper bullet take out the rocket. I always love seeing moments like that.
That core is not going to handle being up very much longer. He needs his teammates to really kind of come out with some form of defense, particularly from the bottom fort. Because right now, that top fort cannot defend his underside from that fort down there.
Yeah, he does not have the economy for it. You cannot take that many missile hits and recover. There is no economy in the game that can rebuild that much. But bottom fort, once bottom fort gets its weapons online, Team 2 is going to have a great time. It's just a matter of not dying until then. Heavy weapons are the ultimate game enders. All he has to do is bring them online. And we're about to lose a fort out of Team 2. Oof. Penetrating deep, not quite lethal.
Oh. Oh, that could be it. That could be it. Nope, not quite yet.
Not quite. Oh, this is really bad. Oh, the shotgun.
Very, very nice save by his teammate there, keeping him just in enough to get a little bit extra defense. I mean, essentially he's just taking hit after hit right now. Another shutdown there.
Yeah, but Team 2 just lost a shotgun. That's a hefty amount of their anti-air capabilities. Alright, does Team 2 manage to get another shot off with their lasers?
Waiting on him. Is he gonna fire? He's
there it
firing
is.
At the middle fort this time.
Oh, that could be... Oh, he misses the plasma shot. That could have been lethal. It could absolutely have done that.
A little bit on the, an upward spiral right now. I mean, fair play. He's survived this long.
See, this is what I was looking forward to. It's just explosions everywhere. There's a fire beam, plasma beam. It's not going to be enough.
It's just everything everywhere. Boom, bang, lasers, explosions. This is forts.
Yes. Oh, so many more.
So we can actually see here smoke beam or smoke bomb is being used to stop him from rebuilding because you can't build anything until it's gone. Which is a nice way to stop them getting anything.
Team 1 is really going hard with their snipers. They actually managed to door snipe one of Team 2's fire beams.
I'm surprised that that fort is literally still there. Oh.
Oh, the door snipe almost got it. Honestly, I think the Team 2's laser player needs to just work on removing weapons from Team 1.
Yeah.
At this point, they need to do this top down.
Oh.
Just slowly work on. Oh, he's going for the clutch shot.
Right
Oh ho ho!
Bit as well. Oh, never mind.
There goes one of the forts. And with that,
And the fire
Team
beam's
2 is
gone
at a
too.
significant disadvantage. Oh yeah, without the fire beam, the fire plasma combo, it's dead. That puts Team 2 at a massive
Another one right next
disadvantage.
to his core. But
DC is
now
building
the
another one.
salvo missiles just turn their face to the second fort.
They've begun focusing fire on the next fort, which is really rough for them to deal with.
shotgun can't even get the door open to fire.
Yeah, it's only a matter of time. You cannot survive that many rocket hits. You will run out of money. There's no coming back. You have to have someone to save you. And the laser player out of team 2, he's not getting the damage done that they needed him to. He desperately needs to get more damage done. He's going for yeah. That's rough.
Oh dear.
The energy shield will shut that down entirely. There are still places for him to fire. He's not going to be able to go for the Hail Mary anymore. He's not going to be able to go for... Oh, is he actually going for... Oh no, he doesn't actually... He doesn't have the plasma ready to go.
It's seeing this second floor just being stripped down bit by bit by bit. It's all sorts of crazy.
So he's not going to be able to go for the Hail Mary shot anymore with those plasma lasers.
Oh no!
Oh, so many missiles.
So much damage.
It doesn't stop. And here they go again.
Oh, laser beam doing a little bit. Apparently my throat just gave out, so apologies for that, folks.
This is how it
One of
ends.
the luxuries of when you shoot the videos, Incursus will understand as well. Sometimes your throat just kind of goes, I don't want to work today.
Come on. Can he hang on?
Nope.
Nope. And now, we get to see how well bottom player survives.
Oh, a little bit of laser beam going everywhere there. Plasma beam, laser beam. Beam of some kind. And, oh, there goes always mine. And again,
Yep.
and, oh,
This is how it ends.
that just, ow. That. It's gonna rip.
Bye.
There we
Team
go.
1
11 minutes and 11
with
seconds.
the victory. Mateo, Zimza, and Merrick's move on.
We're in fact in team noob filter. They're certainly filtering out everybody right now.
That's a good way to put it.
And now we have the bronze match, I believe.
Yes, that was
Wasn't
the
that your call?
last semi-finals. We're on to the bronze match, another best of one.
Wasn't that your call? And Meme Masters. Not always Dark Hawk. I mean, if you watch half my videos, my cord leans all the time and I'm fine for the most part. Just gonna check with 42 which map we're on to. Oh, Crab Battle 3v3. Now, all these maps can be found on the Steam Workshop, guys. So if you want to check any of them out, play them yourselves, whatever, do head over to the Steam Workshop and grab them. Have fun. Where is it? There we go. So this map is actually made by Rexium. And it's in the shape of crabs. Because crab seems to be a thing suddenly on ports.
All right.
So who do you think will win?
Oh, that's a good question. You know, I don't try to make predictions for the bronze match because at the end of the day, despite a lot of these players being super competitive, they just want to have a good time. Especially with some of these players. We have 42 scientists here. We have Nox here. We have Emmenward here and Bowser. If they wanted to try hard, they could. When it comes to the bronze match, most of the time, people don't really care about winning so much as just having fun. And you know, what's more fun than going with a full meme zone on bronze matches? How many times have we just seen teams just have it decide to say, hey, we're gonna do nothing but tier 3s for a bronze match or something of this sort? I'm not going to try to make predictions here. So much as we'll see what happens. It is entirely possible we get full tryhard, but let's jump right into it and find out.
Yes, crab battle 3v3. Let's do this. Let the fun begin. Darkhawk, we've actually been through the first round semi-finals. Never really a match.
Hey guys, remember the crabs?
Oh dear. Explain
So
the
this
crabs
is
to me.
a crab-themed map. I have no explanation for you. There is only crabs now. That's all I have to say on the matter.
I don't trust you anymore. So, it looks
So,
like to
on
me that
the-
you can basically build on the middle, and that's it. You can't go up because it's
Yeah, this is a relatively, despite its thematic oddity, it is a relatively vanilla-like map. It is very similar to the Mars map that we had, to the up, on, down, but inverted. So we have the top forts and the bottom forts, the forward positions, and the rear forts in the rear position. There's no despite its odd shape, there's no expanding other direction that you would get outside of a vanilla map. So we're not going to be seeing any kind of mortar play because the way the bases are shaped makes it very difficult for top-down coverage because there's a giant, well, crab arm above it. And in these rear bases,
Let's make it in the way, you know.
yes, these rear bases, you really don't get to see anything outside of heavy weapons or support weapons like shotguns, because you only can do direct fire things. Now, of course, we do see, just like in the last time, we do see another swarm missile here in this center base. It is possible to portal it out, but of course, the portal swarm will just not be as efficient and will lose to basically anything else that isn't portaled. So we're going to see what all that is about. But things are about to kick off here, because on the left-hand side, Emmenwerts, Bowser, and Dapper are going for the minigun rush, whereas the Team 2 here is going for a more mixed bag. They've got a couple missiles. I'm not sure what the third player is going for just yet. It's kind of odd that he hasn't placed his weapons. Really not sure what he's going for, actually.
What is he doing?
But we have a laser rush, we have missile rush, and more importantly, here comes the miniguns, spreading their damage around, just looking for any damage they can get. I assume. Oh yeah.
Yep.
This player has preemptively got the angled armor, so the bottom player is just immune to miniguns. I'm guessing. Yeah, Team 2 is definitely spook, because they're aware of what was happening before it even happened. That's probably, that makes sense. That explains why he didn't get his weapons down and went with the upgraded sniper instead, because he knows that there's miniguns coming, because they're spook. So he just went for that. Oh, they actually have an angle on that core.
Oh, taking another couple of hits here. If
Okay.
you didn't protect it, it will go down.
It's gonna be okay.
I love how Team 1's bottom core is literally like being pulled by a rope. Just hanging off of it.
Held up.
So many mini gun. I remember when I don't know if it was me versus you or you were in a match. You fired that many minigun slash.
Oh, here they go.
That the sound broke.
But they're not focusing fire. They needed to focus fire. Why are they all firing
went
separately?
different ports. Oh,
Why are you like this? Oh, they could have done it. They could have just all aimed center and just punched through, or all aimed down. I think the bottom base would have been most vulnerable, but
yeah, but they all went for separate ports, so there was none of that concentrated fire. No, this is the bronze
Rip.
match, Starcock, then we have the finals. But they are chopping away at the bottom of that fort, though.
they're working on it.
And not really having any other thing in there, rather other than the missiles, and not managing to use them at all at this point.
Yeah, I think he's focused a little bit more on not dying, which is kind of a concern for him at the moment. But more importantly, Team 1 has not done the damage they needed. It's about cannon o'clock, which means we're going to be seeing the heavy weapons come out. Are they focusing fire this time? Looks like they are. but oh, the return fire.
The entire bomb base lost all weaponry apart from
Here
one.
comes a lethal shot.
there's lasers. Oh.
Oh, he survives that somehow, barely.
Oh, look at that.
That
and
was
it's
close.
green. No. A little bit red in there, a little bit toasty.
Oh, he'll be fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Everything's on fire. Of course that was 42 with a combo. Of course it was. Oh, but that could
Uh-oh.
be that. Oh.
Oh, just
Oh,
in
got the
time
shields
with the
down,
energy
just in
shield.
time.
All right, now do they manage to focus fire again?
Focus. Fire?
Nope.
Huh. Oh.
The one energy shield. Sorry, there's two energy shields. There's more than one. I misspoke.
It was still a fun shot, though. A very fun shot. Although I'm noticing the nuke now in the bottom
Yes.
base, and middle base does have 2 nukes, but again, he's completely wiped. He's blocked his windmills. Oh, I think 42 ran out of power.
Yeah, well, I mean, he does have an energy shield and 2 lasers. Kind of energy hungry.
Should have waited to fire them.
Yeah, here comes the first nuke. That's gonna hit.
Oh my lord!
Yep, and with it,
Taking
that's...
down apart only 1 left.
More importantly, it took down all of those minigunners. So that's, That's Team 1 having failed to get the damage done in the early game. They're gonna have to transition out into later game weapons, but they don't have the technology down to do that, so they have to start on the technology. And when they get that going, they then have to spend all of their money on getting the weapons and defend themselves from a team that has weapons ready to go. Team 2 has a fire beam. Team 2 has a plasma laser. Team 2's got 3 nukes with portals coming online in a few seconds here.
Uh-oh. And they do fly a little bit quicker going straight out as well, so they're going to go straight across. Oh,
Yep.
or straight up, I guess?
Here come the portal
And if
nukes.
they rip that fort, it will fall in the bottom fort, and it's very red. Oh! Oh my lord. And, oh, well,
There
not
goes
even
one.
giving it a chance to fall, but... 1 down. 2 to
Bowser
go.
has been eliminated.
Oh, there's too much weight on this front. Way too much weight. It snapped.
There goes Dapper.
Oh, it looks like Team 2 is pretty much got this in the bag.
Yeah.
Unless some magical thing comes out of this player.
Well, he doesn't even have the basic level technology. It looks like, yeah, that's it. He has 0 technology, 0 weapons, and has not yet invested into his economy. So he's got nothing.
Oh,
Oh,
oh.
just the strain of the mass of the amount of wood he has on his base.
Corpse up top just burning away. Here comes another nuke. Is that not too much weight in the front of that right now?
I mean, it's not ripped off the base yet. They're ripped off the side of the cliff yet, so I can't say it's too much, but it's a lot of weight, that's for sure. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's trying. Give him his certificate. He's trying. Will he survive? Who knows? Let's see.
I think the better question is, how long does he survive?
True. You might get past the 10-minute mark. Oh.
Well, here comes another set of nukes. Fire beam combo. Is that it? Oh,
Left.
okay. Almost ripped him off the top. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you know, if he does manage to survive those 10 minutes, that would be impressive. I think they really need to ramp up. Oh yeah, they're ramping up for sure. That's why they're not...
Where's his... He doesn't have a mine connected.
No, he doesn't. It's all... Everything is going wrong for him. He's trying very hard just to not die.
I was waiting to say there, he's about to have 5 nukes coming at him.
Yeah, that's why there was such a lull in explosions, because they're just saving up and upgrading so they can actually blow him up rather than potentially drag the match out. Yeah.
And away another nuke goes. Oh,
that should... Oh, how is that still not ripped up? Okay, there it goes.
it's like I've had enough. It still doesn't even blow up.
Goodbye.
Falling off the map to blow up.
GG.
Very nice game. And well, that would be, I believe, team... And I can't get the thing up properly.
That's Nox, 42 Scientist, and Warden with a victory.
Wasn't that your core taking the bronze? So they're finished in 3rd place. And now we're going to be on to the final, which is Double Doors Army against Noob Lifter. Filter, not Noob Lifter. God dang it.
Best of 3.
Marx, Matthew, and Zimza against Erexium, Felix, and Kronk. This is going to be one heck of a match. Hello.
Yes.
Is this a best of 3?
Yes, yes it is.
Over Blizzard 3v3. So yes, this is going to be a best of 3. Let's do this. Over Blizzard, where are you? It's going to be the one that... Where?
I do want to say a thank you to Chocolatine
Bonk.
coming in with the support during that last match.
Dear Incursus, how could you not have the map? How dare you not have
They
the
keep
map?
getting updated.
I blame the map makers.
Another day and to say so long to all you nice people out there.
Ah, well, Felix,
Well.
it's a best. It's a best of 3. So is it best? It's best of 3, right?
That
No,
is,
we don't need
yeah.
to work on our phrasing, Darkhawk. We're fine with our phrasing. Me and Incursus have done many streams together. Our phrasing is just fine.
All right.
Best of 3 for the win. All right, so Zemza, Matthew, Zemda, Matthew, and Morax against Erexium, Felix, and Kronk.
Let's do this.
I really can't say who I think is going to win. These teams are... Everything's on.
Very experienced.
Producer
We have
science.
no idea what's going to happen here. The technologies are down for the players. We've got... This is actually a pretty interesting map. Not your typical map layout, but plenty of materials to work with here.
Yeah,
One thing that determines many of the builds that we'll see is the amount of starting resources. You notice how each of these bases has slanted armor to begin with, as well as a minigun. You'll notice that most players just immediately sell all that off to kickstart their economy in the beginning, to put down an extra mine, some extra turbines, their technology, or depending on the map, to do all of the above. So you'll see that Team 1 here has sold off most of the metal in front of their base, so their cores are now being pelted, but it does mean that they have their technologies down. You see, we have 2 technologies apiece for each one. Whereas on Team 2, most of them haven't sold off the metal, and for it, they only have 1 technology each.
Bottom base on Team 2, though.
Bottom base on Team 2 has gone the full greed build. Managed to get himself a heavy weapons facility already, which is about right on time for it. I believe you're correct.
Also, all 3 of them now have it actually going, whereas Team 1 has got upgrade center. Yeah, they've all went pretty much the same. I believe. Are we gonna get shotguns or missiles? I don't know what this is. I hate when the bottom bit is the same. What have we got? What have we got? Someone give me an image.
It's going to be shotguns. We're going to see shotguns. I don't think we're going to see missiles out of these players here. Or I'm mistaken. We have missiles out of one of them. We have missiles out of 2, shotguns out of 1. Curious about their positioning. I would have expected the forwardmost base to have gone for missiles if any of them were to have gone missiles. But that does not seem to be the case. Whereas Team 2 already reacting immediately with the machine gunners. So they are playing as the Spook Commander. Here come the EMPs. Oh, that hurts. So there's a bit of damage was dealt there with that EMP. One, it shut down the core, which means that they no longer have the material production off of that core. And you get it generates a lot of material for you. Also, it shut down the construction of the heavy weapons factory for them, which is going to be most of the damage out of Team 1 here. As Team 1 is going for mass cannons.
So Darkhawk's picking up some of the lines we've said in Cursus, and he's taking them out of context. He's got one from you. The strain and the amount of wood he has.
Yeah, that's a real stretchy one there.
He's also the one who usually does dad jokes, so I have really bad puns. Is Kronk going to stay up here, I wonder? And the assault is coming in, but the front base can't really be defended apart from defending itself. And right now it's becoming a chew toy for Team 1.
Well, his teammates can get some anti-air. Now, of course, they have to deal with the shotguns and this perpetual sniping out of Team 1. But that's kind of the issue. Team 2 has not managed to get any amounts of map control, which they really desperately need to do with their own snipers, which they have, they're just not using. Which is, they've got a sniper sitting here not using it. They need to use that so they can get enough map control, so they can get enough anti-air, so they can defend their teammate. Otherwise, bad things happen.
Use them is going to be saying, if they do, that would be very, very effective if they focus fire.
Yeah. I mean, once the cannons come out, they could get some retaliatory damage out here, which should be coming out momentarily. It's about 30 seconds to 5 minutes, so at about 30 seconds from now, at about the 5-minute mark, is when we could reasonably expect all these cannons to come online. And, well, 3 cannons out of Team 2, very difficult to deal with, assuming they focus their fire. You can see just one cannon shot immediately shutting down one of those rocket launchers.
And there goes another. Oh.
There goes another one. It's basically free damage. You fire a cannon, you get some damage dealt, not really much the other team can do about it. That's how cannons work. So that's one launcher and one shotgun down for Team 1. And while a lot of structural damage has been taken, some core splash has been dealt, there's not a whole lot of permanent damage that has been taken from Team 2. The anti-air is slowly coming online for Team 2. It's not enough to completely shut down the rockets, but it is helping significantly. Oh!
There goes one.
Right
Get
through
out
the
of there.
door. Cannons, the ultimate late game weapons. Great for destroying everything. Including Team 1's core. Swing and a miss. Team 2 his base is on fire. Okay, I think he got it. He didn't get it. His base is still on fire. Okay, there he goes. There it is. Oof. There's some serious risky play coming out of Team 2's top cannon player here. I realize the risk he's taken with those cannons, and I realize that it's calculated, but it's still risky. Referring the no cross bracing, single door everything. It's
That is just an accident waiting to happen at this point.
It is, but they really don't have. Team 1 doesn't have anything that can really punish it, so. What do they? I mean, the AP sniper can. Oh, yeah, there it is.
How many AP shots does a cannon take?
3. Goodbye, cannon. Oh, you missed. There it is.
There it goes. The other one is probably about to follow suit if not watched. And what?
Ooh.
What is it? I think
They
I missed
focus
that one.
fire. Yep. Team 2, they had their cannon sniped. They returned fire. Their teammates returned fire in vengeful pattern and blew them up. So there is that.
Nice. Looking out for your teammates is the best way to win, to be honest. Work as a team, solid unit. Can pretty much fire most people down. And there's been some really great team play throughout this tournament, but there's also been, I don't know if you would say it in Incursus as well, but I think the people that you've noticed that are like, they don't coordinate, they kind of falter or lose.
Yeah. That's generally how Forts works. You need teamwork. At this level, you're not going to solo carry the match. You need teamwork to get things done.
Oh,
Oh! Those cannons colliding with the rockets. Actually managing to defend himself from those cannon rounds, which is surprising. Very difficult to do.
that is going quite nicely.
It looks like... I mean, he's building a nuke over... Zims is building a nuke over here. It's, Oh, well...
Fire it.
There it goes. Second-day explosion. GG.
Excellent. So that's round 1 going to team 2. We're moving on to the next one. I do want to see when that fort blew up though, because I didn't quite see it. I want to. Where is it? There we go. There we go. It's just one cannon shell coming in. Is it?
Yeah. It was just a secondary explosion.
All right. So now we need to see which map is for the next round. Just gonna Mars 3v3. It looks like we're going back to. We're off back to Mars. Everybody pack their bags. Just need to find it. No, that's Meat Shield 3v3. Mars 3v3 is the one I want.
Let's go.
Alrighty. Are we ready already? Just need everybody to ready up. So this is round 2 of the best of 3. Now we shall see. I mean, Felix says that, but they just won. So yes, round 2. Let's see. Team 2 already has one in the bag, so they might be a little bit relaxed, they might not be a little bit more relaxed, maybe just, but we'll soon see.
Indeed, only one way to find out. We are back on Mars. Alright, so left-hand side, we have Zimsa, Mateo, and Marix. The right-hand side, Kronk, Felix, and Erexium.
Free shall fall and free shall stand.
Indeed. In the last match, the Team 2 were able to win by simply using cannons to blow up the enemies. I guess simply isn't the right way to say it. They also had to survive Team 1's endless barrage of rockets, but they did manage to do that. Just barely, I might add. And then come in clutch with the cannons.
Ever played Defense Grid or not? But the narrator says a very classic line about cannons. You can never have too many cannons, and more cannons is always good. Because to be honest, they go through anything, really.
Yeah, that's what makes them strong. The benefit of cannons, despite their expense, despite their lack of penetration damage, they just don't have the downsides. They don't have the ability to be easily stopped by anything. Almost certainly, whenever you fire a cannon shell, it is going to deal damage to the opponent. And it is on your opponent to not defend it, but to mitigate the damage. They have to, as someone who's taking cannon hits, you have to find creative ways to spend less money to repair the damage, as opposed to find a way of deflecting the shot. As with other weapons, like the lasers for example, you can build energy shields, which will completely reflect the shot at no cost to you. With things like any of the missile weaponry, you can use anti-air options like flak, or just straight up machine gunners to shut down the... Then they'll shut down the rockets, and you just won't receive any damage. Cannons are the only weapon in the game that, once fired, will deal damage. But things are kicking off here.
Almost a bit. Apart from the missiles, like Middle 4 and Team 2 is for shotguns, but Team 1 is very clearly going for some sort of plasma fire beam combo, perhaps.
Well, Team 1 is going for some later tech things. They've got lots of lasers available to them, whereas Team 2 is going a bit early in the aggression. We've seen this tactic a few times by several different teams, with the shotgun and early game harassment tools out of one of their players to suppress the enemies, whereas the other two go for nukes. We'll see how that works out for them. Now, if I recall correctly, Team 2 was playing as Spook, so they're going to know that these lasers are coming out, at least once the lasers get placed. And once the lasers come out on the fields, and, well, Team 2 knows about it, then there's going to be a lot of energy shields, and it's going to shut down just about everything Team 1 has. So Team 1 may not ever have a window to retaliate, but we'll see. Looks like Team 1 electing to use minigunners here. Decently effective.
Interesting design work on the wind turbines for Team 2 there at the top 4. But completely out in the open as well, though. I'm not sure how effective that's going to be. Here comes some missiles. Here comes some nukes. Would you like some nukes with your dessert, sir?
Unfortunately, Team 1 has miniguns, which are very good at shutting down nukes.
Unless you don't fire in time. Oh! Drunk nuke getting right in there.
All right.
Can't quite tell who's gonna lose, who's gonna win yet.
I would put Team 2 with the advantage here.
Oh,
Minigun's very good at clearing nukes. Oh! Fire beam, plasma beam combo, just cutting clean through and sniping the core of Team 2's player. That puts Team 2 at a pretty hefty advantage here. You know, I expected Team 2 to have the energy shields online by now. They do not.
yeah, like, the only thing is as well, it's cut the support off. Neither fort can really support each other properly. The middle one was like almost like a support unit for both forts.
It was, and that's going to leave the other two forts without their support, and more importantly, it's going to leave them with no way of dealing with all the anti-air. So without Team 1's being suppressed, all of these nukes out of Team 2 are never going to make it across the sky, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. It's funny. I think these guys are just saw so many miniguns through the tournament. They're like, nah, you know what?
Let's show them how it's done.
Yeah, this is a much better minigunning.
Just chewing through. I love how you have Team 2's like middle forts. I don't know if you have it, but it's still got the repair icon on the mine.
The build icon, yes.
It's just still there. It's like, yep, I'm trying to build.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've seen this many miniguns in a match in a long time. But you know, they're doing their work.
Oh wow. Yeah, they're not.
Hey,
Gonna...
yeah, those at that point, those missiles are a liability. There
well,
go all the turbines.
Oh, yeah, well, no. Yeah, very much the nukes are completely shut down at this point. That core is a little bit in the open.
You know, well, the lasers are finally coming online. Now that Team 1 has the time and freedom to do so. So it's... What happened to all the anti-air? What happened to all the anti-air?
Are you using the door trick? Door trick? What door
This was
trick?
probably a context to another conversation. Oh, I know what they're talking about. A trick where you can manually close the doors at the right time to cause them to not fully open while getting your shot off. Or rather, close faster.
Thank you very much, Myro, for becoming a member. And of course, we will add lane team I
Hey, alright, they rebuilt their anti-air. I'm guessing they just redesigned their base a bit and just happened to have the nuke launch while the anti-air was being repositioned. Yeah. The lasers are coming in and slicing. Come the drunk nuke. Surprisingly straight line. Hits. Beautiful. Like what the AI did in Attorney, very similar. And there's the fire beam. Alright.
Oh, so just had a small message for 42. You can actually have the doors closing as you fire, so it's pretty much like there's no way to get through the door after they
Yes.
finish firing.
It is correct. Personally, I find it to be a bit too much APM for me to manage efficiently. Which is saying a lot, but it is possible. I think I've done it on stream a time or two over the course of the years. So, Bottom's base here has a lot of material in between his core and all the explosions that are coming from him. Unfortunately, it's very expensive to replace. You can see here the flashing repair icons means that he doesn't have the money to replace it, to rebuild it. So despite having a lot of things there, that's it. You can't repair the holes, and there goes the base.
Guess we're going to round 3 down to the wire. Team 1 taking that one.
All right. So now it's all tied up, 1-1 for each team. It is now up to match point for both teams here.
Give me a
Final map?
quick moment.
Alrighty. One moment, guys. We're getting the final map ready to go. moving on to the final match here shortly. This coming match will determine the victor of the tournament.
Yes, and it's going to be Crab Battle.
Oh boy, crab map for the final map.
Crab Battle time. I just had a quick thing I'm just trying to sort because one of my lovely supporters said it's like he did something else and it hadn't popped up, and I was like, what? But I've checked in recent events, nothing's there. Do you have any idea what normally meant to pop up and doesn't for Streamlabs?
YouTube has had some issues recently where if it's a super chat, does not always go through. I had an entire stream, last stream actually, where none of the super chats went through. Everything else worked. Twitch interactions, Streamlabs, directs, but the super chats itself did not.
Because the super chats seem to be working, but it says something else. But everything's on apart from, I think, subscribers, because that may be a bit of a pain constantly. I will check after the final match. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's not ending yet. Don't worry about it, folks. Right, we're on to the last and final match. This is going to be the 3v3 community tournament final. Place your bets in all the chats. Shall we do this, Incursus?
Let's go.
And it's a crab battle. All right, let's bring up the names so everybody can see. What are you expecting from them?
I have no expectations. I could go down a list of the I could just exhaustively go ahead and list all of the strategies here, but I really have no expectations. We've seen every form of strategy here, from cannons, lasers, varying forms of early game aggression. We'll see what it is. Looks like we may have miniguns out of Team 1 and Team 2. I'm confused by this. That's all right, well, we'll see. We have the only one who's built a technology is Team 1's bottom player here. Everyone else has gone to the upgrade center, which I guess is technically technology, but it does mean that they're gonna be going for either, like, the only options for that is mass snipers, mass miniguns, and mass economy. And two of those things are not something you can get away with in any reasonable sense. So this is the final rounds of the tournament, and we are seeing mass miniguns out of Team 2, and I suspect mass miniguns out of Team 1. No, Team 1 is reacting by building snipers and technology, so I'm guessing they're spook, because this is... yeah, they are spook. Miniguns are out for Team 1. Those are exposed miniguns behind doored facing up against doored snipers. That's not a good state to be in, but it looks like the miniguns have actually managed, despite Team 1 knowing about the miniguns, have managed to suppress Team 1.
Everything is on fire.
Wow.
Oh, this is a risky play. They're taking so many hits. Oh, that's so many hits. Like, Team 1's losing snipers, but Team 2 is losing miniguns, and that is not a good trade.
Yeah. Trade for trade on resources? That's a little bit pricey.
Very
And
pricey.
as gunner into minigun, you know, the upgrade is going to take a while.
Alright, so here come the explosions. Can they focus their fire? I'm trying to focus fire. It's not working. Yeah. Okay, yeah, those snipers. The snipers are too much out of Team 1. They're going to shut down all of those miniguns.
Need to immediately go into something else very, very quickly.
They do. Team 1 has won the sniper war. They have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 active snipers right now, and they're still building more. Whereas Team 2 is... they need to transition. Looks like they're... one of the players is transitioning, one of them is staying minigunners, the other one is... I'm not sure what he's doing. He doesn't have much. He only has 2 mines, so he probably doesn't have the economy to transition. He might have to build economy first, which is a really bad time to have to build economy. See how they manage to react to this. Looks like we have a lull, but this will give Team 1 the opportunity to actually start getting their weapons down and progressing. Team 1 definitely came out with the advantage there in terms of progression and economy. So they're just going to start pulling ahead.
Team 2 has definitely sunk a lot of resources into that play and got nothing in return for it.
It was very, very close. The top fort almost died. The bottom fort almost died. The middle fort got set behind a lot, but does have weapons out now, so things are going to be a bit rough. Okay. Yeah, you could see the new weapons coming out of Team 2 here, trying to escalate things. But man, they're so far behind that they're still just getting their economy down at the 5-minute mark. Oh dear. But normally cannon o'clock is turning into the 1-minute mark for Team 2. Whereas Team 1, they've got weapons online. They're trying to decide. I think they're trying to decide between upgrading. Yeah, so they've decided to go with the upgrade route rather than firing. So, I mean, they've got another extra minute or so before Team 2 really gets on their feet. So they can afford to do that. But then things would get really bad for Team 2. Oh, actual core damage from the splash of the EMP. EMP doesn't do much splash damage, but technically touched the core.
It gave the core a little tickle and told it was going to die very soon.
Yes.
I mean, got an EMP, shotgun, and missiles from one player. Pretty much almost the same from the other one, and looks like they're all kind of doing that in one way or another. Bottom fort coming out with the AP sniper, able to go through the doors to them. The other 2 players really kind of play, particularly the top fort, basically fighting for survival.
Oh, it's only going to get worse for Team 2 here. Their minute of reprieve has passed. The Team 1's weapons are coming online. Now they have to fight for their survival. Hope they have weapons online. Pro tip, they don't! So there's not going to be any way for Team 2 to defend themselves here. And I don't think, unless we see some miracle Hail Mary turnaround, which I think is what they're trying to do with these snipers, I do not foresee Team 2 coming back from this. Just this pure sniper dominance out of Team 1 was more than enough to shut down Team 2 in its entirety.
That 4 is hanging on by a thread at this point.
Oh, there it goes. Oh, we're going to see a double.
Yup.
2 down.
Wow. Oh.
1 player remaining, and many, many rockets to go.
That was a lot of rockets. That one little gunner. Crabby maps? There's only be one crab map.
It's an exposed core. It's getting fixed up. And
Kronk's anti-air getting shut down there, not able to fire, and then taken out.
yeah, this is very, very over.
Ouch. Right, 4 has seen better days. Are they going to try and snipe it? Uh-oh.
Yes, yes, they are going to try to snipe it.
4.
Let's get it explode.
Oh. They're all sniping it. Oh, wow. There we go.
Sniper dominance out of round 3 here. And that is the end.
It's supposed to be Forge, not Sniper Elite.
Oh my lord. Alright. So we have our victors. Team 1 taking the victory here. Taking the tournament champions. Taking the entire tournament. That's Zimsa, Mateo, and Merix. Coming in with the victory.
The Filter team won it. Very much a
Yep.
huge congratulations and congrats to, and very much a huge thank you for the French community having us do this. And it's been pretty damn fun.
Indeed. Well, guys, it has been a great tournament. Thank you guys so much for coming by. I am so glad that we get to do this. This is very, very good. And great maps too, by the way. Like, those are not maps we see usually. Freaking the crab.
Developers.
Absolutely. They want to play Apocalypse. Alright guys, so I'm going to wrap up my stream here so we have a nice, concise VOD here with the tournament. I will be going live again later tonight at my normal stream time, but for now, have a good one everyone, and I'll see you guys later. Is anything else to say for us?
No, I'm lovely to speak to you, lovely to chat with you, and see you in the next one.
Alright, then I will see you guys later.
And I'll see you as well, Incursus. I'm going to wrap mine down too. But guys, thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you later, Incursus.
I do want to say congratulations again to our tournament champions, Merix, Mateo, and Zimsa. Very well deserved. And I'll see you guys later tonight at my normal stream time.